18 to 25-year-olds, this might sound crazy, but yawning on purpose for 20 seconds can help you beat your first big failure faster. And no, I'm not joking. Let me explain before you scroll. Alright, see, I can understand the situation that you are in right now, and I can relate to it because I have been through the exact same thing as well. Right now, you're feeling stuck, you're sitting there all alone, totally all alone, scrolling on autopilot, and feeling like you've lost the time and you can get it back, right? This is exactly how you feel after your first big failure. And you see your friends are moving forward, they're posting their wins, and you feel like you're on pause, nothing's happening in your life. I understand that because that is what you feel like when you go through your first big failure. You sit there and then you look at your friends, they're posting their wins and they're moving forward, and all you ask yourself is, why is this happening to me? Why am I not able to move forward? Right? And I can relate to it. Like I said, I have been through the exact same thing. You know, when you work hard for 7 to 8 years straight and you don't get success, that's the worst thing that can happen. For 7 years, I worked hard for 7 years straight, but not to get a single result. I wasn't moving a single step forward at all. But I never gave up. That's why I'm over here today. See, you already know this truth. Waiting around won't magically fix it. If you don't do something, nothing changes, period. This is how it works. If you don't do anything, you will stay stuck at that same place, looking at other people's success, looking at your friend's success, and telling yourself, why am I stuck right now? Why am I not moving forward? If you don't take actions, that is what is going to keep coming to your mind. And you are going to be in that same state that you are in right now, scrolling through your phone and every day just looking at new people becoming successful. And you're just telling yourself, why me, and why me? Why only me, God? But if you take action, everything changes. Period. Right? I will tell you my story. Well, I was 14 years old when I shifted to my home country. I live in Dubai and I shifted to India at the age of 14 alone to pursue a career in sports. I was living alone, and for 7 to 8 years straight, I worked hard like crazy. Yes, you heard that right. For 7 to 8 years, I worked hard like crazy, but I wasn't even getting any success at all. Not even a dime of success. I wasn't even moving forward. And for 7 to 8 years straight, this kept repeating, this kept repeating. And I felt lost, devastated. I felt demotivated after my first big failure. But I came across neuroscience rapid brain resets that helped me change my life and that helped me achieve peak motivation and aim even higher after my first big failure in just 24 hours. And I shared it with my friends who were going through the exact same thing. And I shared it with them. It changed their life as well. And so I decided it was time for me to share it with you guys, to share it with all of the 18 to 25-year-olds who are going through their first big failure right now, and they feel lost, they feel demotivated, they feel like they don't have any motivation left, not even a dime of motivation left at all. They feel very isolated, right? And so that's why I made the Phoenix Reset, the 24-hour Rise course, specially built for 18 to 25-year-olds that guarantees that in just 24 hours you will achieve peak motivation and aim even higher after your first big failure. And my whole course is made using neuroscience methods. So the course link is in my description. Flip your brain back to peak drive in just 24 hours. So now this course guarantees you that in just 24 hours you will achieve peak motivation and aim even higher after your first big failure, and all in just 24 hours. Yes. So when I took action, it changed my life. And so I decided it was time for me to share it with you. And that's why I made this course. But you have to take action. Like in this video, by just yawning for 20 seconds, you can beat your first big failure faster than you thought. I know I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy. But this is neuroscience. This is neuroscience. Neuroscience says this. Neuroscience says exactly that if you just yawn on purpose for 20 seconds, you can literally beat your first big failure faster. Yes, you heard that right. Alright, so now let me explain the science behind what happens when you yawn on purpose for 20 seconds while stretching your arms overhead. So now what this does is this cools your prefrontal cortex, right? This cools your prefrontal cortex. Now prefrontal cortex is the part that controls your focus and decision making. right? Very simple. So when you do this exercise, this cools your prefrontal cortex, which is the part that controls your decision making and focus. Now, when you do this exercise, when you yawn on purpose for 20 seconds while stretching your arms overhead, studies show it resets your brain blood flow and instantly boosts clarity, right? That is what it does. So this is the science behind what happens. And now, uh, when I'm going through a tad bit difficult day, I do this exact reset because it just takes 20 seconds. I don't need much time. It just takes 20 seconds and it makes me feel better instantly. Yes, literally. Now, I know you guys are thinking, "Oh, what is he saying? He's being crazy." But guys, this is neuroscience backed. Exactly. And it's such a fast tip that you can do it right after this video instantly, like just like that. It's just going to take 20 seconds only. And that is what I want you to do right after this video. I want you to make sure that right after this video, you take this action, right? This action is just going to take 20 seconds. It's not going to take 24 hours of your time. Obviously not. Just 20 seconds. And you will instantly have a boost of clarity. Like I said, when you do this exercise, when you yawn on purpose for 20 seconds, this basically increases your this resets the brain blood flow and instantly boosts your clarity. And it cools your prefrontal cortex, which again is the part that controls your focus and decision making. Right? But you have to make sure that you do this action right now, right after this video, because only then you will see the results. And the more you delay, the more you will stay stuck watching others go towards their success and your friends posting their wins. And I know that doesn't feel good because you are the winner, but you have to make sure that you take the action. If you don't take the action, nothing changes, period. Right? So take the action. And this is just one tip that I'm giving you. And that's why I made a course that has detailed rapid neuroscience brain resets. And the course is called the Phoenix Reset, the 24-hour rise. So this course is specially built for 18 to 25-year-olds that guarantees that in just 24 hours, you will achieve peak motivation and aim even higher at your first big failure. And my whole course is made using neuroscience methods. So the course link is in my description. Flip your brain back to peak drive and make sure you go and check it out. So don't let this be another day that passes with nothing changing. Don't let your first big failure define you. Use your first big failure as fuel to your next big success. Grab the Phoenix Reset, the 24-hour rise course. The course link is in my description. And wake up tomorrow with peak motivation and aiming even higher after your first big failure. See, I love you all. I have been through the exact same pain that you are going through right now. And I know it feels very crushing. It feels devastating. It feels like everything's destroyed in your life. But it's not. You're just one reset away from changing your life. Yes, you heard that right. You're just one step away from changing your life. And I believe in you. I literally believe in you. But that will only happen when you take action. So make sure you take action, because if you don't take action, nothing will change and you will stay stuck. But when you take action, you're just one reset away from changing your life and using your first big failure as fuel to your next big success. So I love you all. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you take the action. I put an emphasis on taking action quite a lot because actions are the key to success. So I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. I love you all and bye.